Welcome to Solin Speaks. I'm Dan Solin, and as always, we're diving into the real-world challenges and opportunities financial advisors face. Today's topic: how agency bots will transform the financial advisory business. I use AI technology to create these podcasts for those who prefer learning by listening. I know your time is valuable, so I keep these podcasts under 10 minutes. Joining me today is my good friend David, who will keep me on my toes with some great questions. Let's dive in.
Dan, you've written at length about the rise of AI in finance. A lot of listeners might be wondering, we already have robo-advisors and chatbots, so what exactly are these agency bots, and how are they different?
Great question, David. Agency bots are like an evolution of the robo-advisors and chatbots we see today. Instead of merely suggesting portfolios or answering account balance queries, these bots will know a client's entire financial profile and objectives, inside and out. They won't just give static advice. They'll interpret complex instructions, figure out the next best action, and even implement those instructions on the client's behalf, much like a personal digital financial concierge. Think of them as the next generation, combining personalization, decision-making, and direct action.
So if I'm hearing you right, a customer could say something like, rebalance my portfolio to increase ESG funds by 5%, and the bot would not only understand, but also execute that trade?
Exactly. That's a key difference. Current chatbots might tell you how to do it or explain what ESG funds are. Agency bots would take that request, analyze your portfolio and personal constraints, confirm it aligns with your stated goals and risk tolerance, and then go ahead and initiate the trade. It's a big leap forward in terms of automation and personalization.
It sounds like this would save a ton of time and probably reduce friction for both advisors and clients. But how soon could we see these agency bots becoming a reality?
We're looking at a staged rollout. In the next 1 to 3 years, we'll likely see more sophisticated advisory chatbots that can offer deeper insights, but still require human confirmation for trades. In about 3 to 5 years, some pioneering brokerage firms might let a subset of clients opt into bots that handle more complex tasks, including execution of smaller trades. By 5 to 10 years out, I'd expect it to be more commonplace for large brokerage firms to offer these bots as a standard service, assuming the regulatory environment, technology, and cybersecurity all align.
You mentioned regulation. Finance is a heavily regulated industry, so what hurdles will these firms face before they can really let these bots make decisions for clients?
Regulation is a huge factor. Firms need to ensure these bots comply with securities laws, maintain robust client privacy under laws like GDPR, and observe Know Your Customer rules. Also, regulators want transparency and auditability. They need to know why a bot recommended a particular trade and that no undue bias or conflicts influence the decision. Before widespread adoption, firms must demonstrate that these bots are both highly accurate and fair, which means robust testing, transparent reasoning models, and constant oversight by compliance teams.
What about trust? Investing is personal. Will clients be ready to entrust an AI-driven entity with their money?
Trust is arguably the biggest challenge. Many people still want human reassurance. Overcoming this involves education, transparency, and showing a track record of reliable performance. Firms can start with hybrid models, agency bots that work alongside human advisors who can validate the recommendations. Over time, as people see consistent results, they'll become more comfortable letting these bots run parts of their financial lives. Think of how we trust autopilot in airplanes or even driver assist in cars after seeing their safety records. The same could happen here.
What's the upside for clients once that trust is established?
Huge upside. Clients get personalized, around-the-clock financial support at scale. Imagine waking up asking your agency bot if you're still on track to retire at 65 with your target income, and not only getting a yes/no answer, but also a rundown of how to tweak your holdings if you're veering off course. The bot could adjust your portfolio in real time, respond to market shifts, and execute trades, all without you lifting a finger.
And for advisors and brokerage firms?
For advisors, it can free them from routine tasks. Instead of spending time on basic portfolio rebalancing, they can focus on more nuanced conversations with clients. For brokerage firms, it can mean efficiency at scale, better client satisfaction, and potentially lower operational costs.
Could you paint a quick picture of what a morning interaction with one of these bots might look like from a client's perspective?
Sure. Imagine a client named Maria. She's saving for retirement and wants to keep her portfolio aligned with her long-term goals. In the morning, she checks in with her agency bot. It greets her, updates her on her portfolio's overnight performance, and asks if she wants to review any new opportunities. Maria might say, "Can we move 5% of my portfolio from U.S. mid-cap growth to a clean energy ESG fund?" The bot verifies the request, checks it against her risk profile, and executes the trade instantly if everything aligns. This happens smoothly, with transparency and immediate feedback, all while Maria sips her coffee.
That sounds seamless. But what about security and privacy? Having a bot know everything about me seems a bit scary.
Security and privacy are top priorities. Firms will need state-of-the-art encryption, strong authentication, and continuous monitoring to prevent breaches. On top of that, these bots must comply with strict data protection laws. Building trust in the technology means showing clients that every bit of personal data is locked down and that all transactions are verified. Over time, these security protocols will become the industry standard, just as online banking did.
We've covered a lot of ground in just a few minutes. To wrap up, what's the bottom line for advisors listening right now?
The bottom line, agency bots are coming, not tomorrow, but sooner than we might think, within a decade potentially. Advisors who embrace this technology, understand its implications, and can integrate it into their practice will differentiate themselves. It's not about replacing human insight. Instead, it's about leveraging advanced AI to handle routine tasks, provide personalized service at scale, and ultimately enhance the human advisor's role. The result, a more efficient, client-centered advisory experience.
Thanks, Dan. That's a clear vision of the future. I'm sure our listeners appreciate the insight.
My pleasure, David. Thanks for keeping me on track, and to our audience, thank you for tuning in to Solin Speaks. If this episode got you thinking about the future of advisory services, feel free to share it, subscribe, and let's keep exploring where finance is headed.